Hello dear children, welcome back to your online classes. In this literature class, we are going to cover our question answers and word meanings as we have already covered our exercises in the previous video. So get ready with your copies to note down the question answers in your fair copy. Question number 1. Who was going to visit the inn? Was he someone important? How do you know? And the answer is Amandine told Yannick that their most important guest was going to visit the inn with some friends. She asked him to make the arrangements properly as the guest was very famous. Here we have question number 2. Why did Amandine try to remove the burning tablecloth from the fire? Here the answer is Amandine tried to remove the burning tablecloth because their guest had made a drawing on it as a tip for her father. She did not want to upset her father as the guest was the most famous painter in the world. Question number 3 is, did Amandine think her father would be angry with her for the burnt tablecloth? What tells you this? Answer 3. Yes, Amandine thought that her father would be angry with her for the burnt tablecloth. We know this because she seemed nervous and quickly put the blame on Yannick even before her father asked. Now we have question number 4. I thought she was going to lie. Who is the speaker talking about? Why does he think she is going to lie? Answer 4 is, the speaker is talking about his cousin Amandine. She had blamed him for throwing the paper tablecloth into the fire. He thought she was going to lie to her father as she was crying and seemed frightened. Question number 5. I had worked out exactly what to do and how to do it. What was the speaker going to do and why? What does this say about him? And the answer is, the speaker planned to mend his mistake and make Amandine happy again. He wanted to go and visit the painter and request him to paint another picture for his uncle. This shows that Yannick is a sincere boy and he strives to correct his mistakes at every possible opportunity. Question number 6 is, now that I was this close to him, I could see he was indeed very old, but his eyes were young, bright and searching. Now, on the basis of this statement, the questions are, question number A, how has this image of the painter been contrasted against Yannick's first impression of him? And question number B is, how does Yannick's initial reaction to the old man's appearance prepare you for the rest of the events in the story? Firstly, we will see answer number A. Yannick's first impression of the man was that he looked ordinary and didn't have much hair. However, when he met him again and saw him closely, he noticed that the old man had young, bright, and observant eyes. Answer for question number B is Yannick did not seem to have a great impression of the painter upon seeing him for the first time. He found him rather ordinary to be given any special importance. It explains why he threw the paper tablecloth into the fire just as he would usually do. This led to all the other events of the story. Question number 7. Just as I had seen them in Brittany, what did the speaker see in Brittany? What did he compare that sight with? Do you think he was surprised that they were so similar? And the answer is, the speaker had seen 4 sailing boats racing beyond a lighthouse in the sea at Brittany. He compared his paintings to these boats. He was not surprised but seemed to be pleased that they looked like the ones he had seen before. Question number 8. Throughout the text, the famous man is described as the greatest painter in the world, and yet at the end he wishes his name was Cézanne. Why do you think someone who is already famous will want to be known by the name of another famous artist? What does this say about how he feels about Cézanne? And the answer is, Paul Cézanne was a famous artist who inspired many modern painters like Pablo Picasso. Therefore, Picasso wants to be known by his name. Now we have word meanings of lesson number 1, meeting Cézanne. Provence, a region in southeastern France, famous for its scenery. Next is Cézanne. Cézanne was a French painter who was a great influence on many artists of the 20th century. Bustle, noisy, or it can be excited, activity or movement. Chateau, a large French country, home or castle. Tutted, made a sound expressing annoyance. Crème brulee, a French dessert consisting of custard and topped with a layer of sugar. Tongs, a device used to pick up hot things. Tip, extra money given to someone to thank them after they have provided us with a service. Looked on the bright side. Look for good things in a bad situation. Cross, angry. When the time came, at the right time. Monsieur, a word in French for the title Mr. Furrowed brows, wrinkled brows showing confusion. Brittany, a coastal town in Northwest France. Picasso, a Spanish sculptor and painter who was considered one of the greatest artists of the 20th century. That's all for today. I have provided you with question answers which you are going to write in your fair copy of literature, and these word meanings are already in your book, so you need not to write them in the copy. You may just learn them from your book. That's all. Take care, students.